Mark, I'm sorry, but I can't marry you. In fact, I want to break up.
Wait, what? Esther, what do you mean? I got you pregnant. I thought that would make you happy.
But I'm going to marry someone much richer than you. I'm afraid there's just no way it can work between us at your income level.
Please, I don't understand. Where is this coming from all of a sudden? This isn't like you. It's spring and everything is full of life. Remember that you said that if we have a little girl, then we should call her Blossom.
I'm sorry, but this child will not be growing up poor. Do you understand me?
Look, I'll admit that I may not be super rich, but I think I make just about as much money as anyone else.
And that's the problem. I don't want to live like everybody else.
Esther, honestly, what has gotten into you? I don't understand why you're saying all of this. You always used to say that there was no point in wasting money during a date. You used to prefer to pack a couple of lunches and go to the park instead. You said that you wanted to grow your own vegetables and live off what you could produce. I never knew you to be someone obsessed with money or status. You were always too smart for that, and you never seemed discontented with our life.
That was just to make it easier to live with someone as poor as you. But the fact is that I really hated living like that.
Really? I had no idea.
I hate having no money. It's horrible, and I refuse to waste the rest of my life living like that.
Don't you think that you're still being a bit rash? Did something happen?
Nothing happened. I've just lost my patience with this, and I don't want to be poor anymore. I want a life full of money with lots of fancy things.
Well, what about our child?
What do you mean? There is no our child. It's another man's baby.
Wait, what? Are you serious? Oh, this can't be happening.
Except he told me that he wanted a son. So, when we found out it was a girl, I just got rid of it.
You did what? And this is how you decide to come forward and tell me that you've been having an affair?
Well, yes, basically.
But I trusted you. How could you do this?
I guess I'm just this kind of girl, you know? And you never noticed it until now. If I didn't tell you, you might never have noticed. That's why it's better if we break up.
So then, the person who I thought you were up until now has just been an act? And all the happy times that we've had together were all just lies?
That's right. None of it was real. Not even for 1 single second. I'm just that good of an actress.
I never thought that you could be capable of doing something like that. I still don't believe it.
Believe it or not, it doesn't really change the facts of the matter. Now, quit being a sniffling little baby and break up with me. I won't have a happy life if I have to spend it with you.
Okay, if that's what you want. And did you really mean that the kid wasn't even mine?
That's right. It was never yours to begin with.
Okay, well, I see. I was really serious about raising her with you. I dreamed about getting married and raising our family together. But I guess it was all just a dream that could never be.
That's right. You just saw what you wanted to see, but couldn't see the actual reality that lay before you.
Maybe you're right. Maybe this is what happened. I just can't believe it. I can't believe that something like this is happening. I don't know how I'll ever get over this.
Okay, you're dragging this out way too long. It's in your best interest to just forget about me and all of this.
Maybe you're right again, but just know that if you're ever in trouble, you can always reach out to me, okay? If I can't help, I at least promise to be there and listen to what you have to say.
What are you talking about? I'm not going to come to you with my problems.
Oh, right, of course. That was a silly thing to say, sorry.
Now, goodbye forever.
I just broke up with the girl I'd been dating for 4 years. I always dreamed of saving up to start a family and buy a house with her. I was so happy when she got pregnant. I thought that I would finally be a dad. But it wasn't meant to be. My name is Mark, and I'm 39 years old. It's been 8 years since Esther and I broke up on that fateful day. It took some time, but I finally managed to get over her. Sometimes I still think about our daughter and what it would have been like if we had her, how our lives would have changed. Those are just daydreams about another life I was never able to have. I was raised by a single mother, and she passed away when I was in university. That is why it's always been my dream to start a family of my own. Maybe it's a bit simple, but it really is all I want in life. But maybe a family isn't in the cards for a guy like me who couldn't even hold on to Aster. That's why I've decided to try to be content with being single. I try to live every day to the fullest and have no regrets. But then, one day, I was delivered a shock that brought the past crashing back.
Daddy, Mommy isn't moving, and she's gotten so cold.
Sorry, who is this? How did you get my number?
It's Blossom, Daddy.
Wait, what? This is Esther's number. Is Esther your mommy?
Yeah, that's Mommy's name.
So then, you're Esther's daughter?
Yeah, that's me.
I don't believe this. So you mean she had another daughter and named her Blossom as well?
No, Daddy, it's me. I'm the only Blossom. Mom told me that I should reach out to you if anything ever happened to her.
Did something happen to your mom?
She stopped moving all of a sudden, and now she feels really cold. I tried shaking her, but she isn't waking up.
I don't believe this. Blossom, can you please tell me where you are right now?
We're at the hospital together. Since you're my dad, you have to come here and save Mom. She always said that you would come if we were in trouble.
She said that? That I would be the one to go and help her? What is going on here?
I don't know, but I'm scared. But she said that you're my real dad. That's what Mom told me. She said so herself.
Your mom told you that I'm your real dad? I don't know what to say. I'm just shocked.
Please hurry and get your daddy. I'm so scared.
Are there any doctors there? Have they seen your mom yet?
I don't know what's happening. Everyone is talking so quickly and using big words. I just know to talk to you because my mom said so. She told me that it was really, really important for me to talk to you. She told me that I needed to tell you and Grandma, but you have to come here.
She said all of that? Do you know what happened to your mom? Please tell me anything that you can.
Daddy, please, I'm really super scared right now. Why isn't Mommy waking up? Why won't she move? Who's gonna feed me if Mommy's in the hospital?
What do you mean?
I need you to come and help us, Daddy, please. We need you. Mommy and I got in the car and we're driving somewhere, but then I think that we got in an accident.
Well, what about you, Blossom? Are you okay?
I'm okay. Mommy protected me when the car smashed into ours.
Oh, well, that's a relief. How old are you, by the way?
I'm 8 years old. Please, Daddy, what is happening to Mommy? She feels so cold. Why won't she move?
Are there any other adults around or nearby where you are?
There was a nurse, but she isn't here anymore. I only have Mr. Bear here with me.
Mr. Bear? Who's that?
Mommy gave him to me. He comes with me wherever I go.
I understand. Then you and Mr. Bear watch over your mom until I get there, okay? I'm leaving for the hospital right now.
Thank you so much, Daddy. I'm so scared right now. Please hurry and come. I don't know what to do. I'm just a little girl. I'm so scared.
Everything is gonna be okay. Just be a good girl and wait until I get there. And don't text anyone else, okay? Just wait until I arrive.
Okay, Daddy, I'll wait for you. I won't text anyone else.
Good girl. I'll be there soon, okay? Just hold tight and be brave for me. I won't be long. And just like that, my world was flipped on its head. I rushed to the hospital as fast as I could. Not only did I want to make sure that Esther was okay, but who was this Blossom girl? Could she really be? But first I had to try and figure out what was happening to my ex. Why couldn't she move and why was she getting so cold? And why was this Blossom girl texting me from her phone? Maybe this was just another one of Esther's tricks? Either way, it sounds like something happened to Esther and that she wanted me to be there for her. I just hoped that she remained stable until I arrived. And there she was, lying on the hospital bed, unmoving. Next to her stood a little girl, watching over her mom with a stuffed bear grasped tight in her little hand. She told me that she was 8, but she looked even smaller than that. Blossom's frame was frail, and it was clear just from looking at her that she wasn't getting enough to eat. Could this little girl really be my daughter? I didn't know what to believe at all anymore.
Bring back my daughter.
Sorry, who am I speaking to?
This is Chuck. I'm Blossom's father.
And how did you get my number?
I saw it on my wife's phone and decided that I would reach out to you myself.
Oh, I see. So you went through your wife's phone? I think Blossom told me about someone named Chuck.
I knew it. So you do have my daughter with you then. How dare you just kidnap someone else's child? I'm gonna call the cops on you.
I didn't kidnap anyone. Esther told me that she wanted me to take her away with me.
What are you talking about? Esther isn't even alive anymore.
I know, and I'm genuinely sorry for your loss, but even Blossom herself wanted to come with me.
But I'm her father. There's no way that Esther would prefer she was with you over me. If you were really her father, then where have you been all this time, huh? What have you even done for her? This girl is practically all skin and bones.
Well, according to Blossom, that is because she wasn't being fed regularly at your house.
So that little brat just couldn't keep her mouth shut, huh? Well, I didn't have anything to do with that. Esther was in charge of the kid, and sometimes she'd feed her, and sometimes not.
Well, the fact of the matter is that Blossom says that she wants to stay here with me. She says that she hates living with you, so I'll be taking care of her from now on.
No, you won't, you sneaky little child napper. Do you really think that you can just take her away from me? And what did you tell the cops to make them leave you alone?
The cops saw how Blossom talked about living with you and knew right away that something wasn't right at her old home. Honestly, this is why I want to avoid talking to you at all. But when the cops showed up at my house and started telling me that you had filed a report, I explained to them that I couldn't let Blossom go back to a situation like that. And they listened to me.
Well, that little brat should have called me first. Why did she go to you? What was she thinking? Why didn't she make sure to call her real dad first?
You may be her real dad on paper, unfortunately, but you aren't her real dad.
What are you talking about? You're one of Esther's ex-boyfriends, aren't you?
Yes, that's correct.
Well, I've had a DNA test. I know she isn't my blood. But are you really trying to tell me that you're the actual father? You're one of the dirtbags that Esther cheated on me with?
No, you don't understand. She didn't cheat on you. We were actually engaged before she left me. To be with you, apparently.
Ah, so that's who you are. Well, she ultimately chose me over you. But since you got back together with her, it seems I'll be sure to make you pay for your cheating.
What do you mean by that?
What do you think I mean? You were having an affair with my wife, so I'm gonna sue you. It's the best way to get back at the deceitful woman and her lies.
Hey, come on. We shouldn't be talking about the recently deceased this way.
Why not? It's the truth, isn't it? For 8 years, I've raised that little girl on my coin when you should have been paying child support the whole time. Well, it's time to pay the piper, bub.
You treated Esther more like a maid than a wife, and you didn't even feed Blossom enough food while you had her. How can you try and claim responsibility now?
Well, I want to be compensated for my years of keeping that brat alive on my dime. You ought to thank me.
Thank you? For what? If anything, I should be the one going to the cops and seeing that they punish you for the way that you've treated this poor child.
The cops aren't going to do anything to me. Don't be stupid. Besides, it was Esther who wasn't feeding Blossom, not me. I had nothing to do with any of that.
I can't believe that someone like you really exists.
Anyways, I just want you to give me my daughter back.
She isn't your daughter, and I refuse to hand her back to you.
How do you think she survived up until now? Wasn't I there for her? Didn't I pay for the food that she ate and the roof over her head?
I can appreciate that you've been there for all of Blossom's life, but Esther explained to me the truth of your situation.
That crazy old broad didn't know what she was talking about. But I'll tell you what, you can make this all go away if you just give me $30,000.
Wait, you want what now?
Unless you want to take this to the courts, I want $30,000.
You want me to pay you off for Blossom? Oh, you're a sick, sick man, you know that?
You think I'm asking a lot? I'm asking for a portion of what I've spent over the past 8 years on this girl. So, what do you say?
You're just a sick, sad, pathetic man is what I say. What I can't understand is how Esther chose to be with a man like you over me. It just doesn't make any sense. But I'm gonna find out the truth.
Hey, what the heck is this letter that I got from your lawyer? What is this, some kind of pronouncement from the judge?
That's right. I'm going to make sure that you no longer have any form of custody of Blossom. I will be her only legal guardian from now on.
What the heck? I told you that I would have given her to you for $30,000. You didn't have to go and get the law involved here.
I had no way of ever trusting that you would respect your end of the deal. Besides, the DNA test showing that I was her real father was really all I needed, although I do have plenty more evidence to help my case.
What are you talking about? What kind of evidence do you think you have? You've never even been to our house once.
Oh, don't you know? I found all the proof I needed right where I least expected to.
What kind of messed up riddle is this, huh? Just say what you want to say.
I took in Blossom with basically just the clothes she was wearing and what little money her mother had given her. I was almost ready to give up, until I noticed the most important thing she had.
Well, spit it out already. What did you find?
Inside of Blossom's precious Mr. Bear was a secret USB, and inside of that USB was all the proof that I needed.
You're joking. Oh, this can't be real.
That's right. It had all the little secrets that you would probably prefer stay that way. And when I did a little digging around the actual files, I found exactly what I was looking for.
I'm sure you just found a bunch of junk written by that disturbed woman. I'm a saint for taking care of her and her brat for as long as I did.
I found out all about why Esther didn't want to marry me. She was worried about the debt that her parents had and thought that if she got together with you, that she could use your wealth to help her folks out. And as soon as you saw that weakness, you sunk your claws into her. That's why Esther canceled our wedding so suddenly. I was shocked at the time. I really couldn't believe it at first. The poor girl.
Well, it's her parents' fault for taking out loans that they couldn't afford to pay back, and I can't help it if I happen to be loaded. But I gave her a good life.
I think that she tried to maintain the same outlook to convince herself that she made the right choice. But in the end, I'm sure that Esther hated living with you. And she hated how you punished her for giving birth to a girl.
Well, I need a boy to inherit the family name. What the heck am I supposed to do with some useless little girl? I wouldn't have cared whose kid it was as long as it was a boy.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that I have fertility trouble and that it's difficult for me to have children. That's why I never made a stink even though I always knew Blossom wasn't even my child to begin with. I was just happy to finally be getting an heir. Once I found out that it was a girl though, I asked her to deal with it for me.
Do you even realize what you're saying right now?
Well, I still don't have an heir, a real proper male heir. But maybe now that you've taken the brat off of my hands and her mom is gone, this is the perfect chance to start over.
You are horrible. You're a terrible person. Esther kept a journal of all the horrible things you did to Blossom and even has recordings and videos of it on her USB. Everything I have on you is more than enough to see that I win in our trial. I will become her one and only father.
Oh, quit messing with me. Just pay me what I told you to, and this can all be over. I am not joking.
I also mentioned how you were trying to sell your daughter to the police too.
Wait, you told them that?
That's right. I'm not gonna pay. You are. You're gonna pay for all the misery that you caused for Aster and Blossom. I'll make you pay.
Okay, fine, whatever. Please, just no cops. I don't care if you don't pay. I'll even let you keep the kid. Just please, no cops.
Mark, I'm so sorry for the horrible way that I broke up with you. I hope that you find someone else soon with whom you can start your happy family. I wish that we could have made our own home together with Blossom. I've always loved you more than anything else in this world.
Aster wrote this in a letter saved on the USB inside Mr. Bear. Aster tried to make me hate her on purpose so that I could forget about her. That is why she even lied about getting rid of Blossom. But I knew that she was my daughter as soon as I saw her little face. This was later confirmed via DNA tests as well. Chuck was arrested and thrown into a jail cell for the things that he did. After that, Blossom became my legally recognized daughter, and I finally have the family that I always wanted. Becoming a dad all of a sudden comes with its fair share of problems, but it's completely worth it when I think about who I'm doing it for. Aster, I just want you to know that Blossom and I are happy. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Hi, Millie. I just want to talk about something. I hope you have a second. I'm sure you know that my birthday is this upcoming Saturday, but there was something that was bothering me. Oh, good evening, Jennifer. Can I help you with something? I'm guessing we're going to have a party to celebrate your birthday. I suppose it'll be something like what we did last year? It's my birthday, after all. I expect everyone in my immediate family to celebrate that special, once-in-a-year day. It'll be more or less the same as last year. We'll book expensive French food to enjoy in the comfort of my house and enjoy a nice house party. Obviously, it won't just be family that I'll invite either. We'll need to get my friends and all of the neighbors, too. Wait, we're having that many people over this time? Yes, and I expect both you and Sean to be there, too. I mean, we're more than happy to attend your birthday, but have you considered the budget of this entire house party? You're planning on getting very high-class French food for every single person who attends, right? Well, of course! It's a party! Let's see here. See, I have a friend who's a bit of a celebrity, and she was telling me that the party she hosted at her house along with all of her friends and expensive food was around $4,000 in total. I'm sure we'll end up spending around that much. Maybe even more if I'm honest. You're going to spend that much? What? What's the big problem, It's my birthday! The one day in the year when I'm allowed to feel special. So we're going to pay the same money that's worth 4 months of your house loan? Am I understanding that right? Huh? What house loan are you talking about? I don't want to be too blunt since I understand it is a very special day for you, but I just want you to think about one thing. If you're willing to spend that much money on your birthday party, isn't it reasonable to pay off that house loan of yours by, let's say, spending $1,000 a month? I think you need to seriously rethink your priorities a little, especially when you're so far off from paying off that house loan. Watch it, girl! Who do you think you're talking to? I have my priorities out of order. Do you seriously think I need to worry about something like that? It's a special day for me, and so I'll be celebrating it in the way I truly deserve. Do you understand? Why don't you and Sean work something out and start paying off more of that house loan? You don't have any respect for your elders at all. It's disgusting, Millie. I don't understand why I have to change my ways just because you aren't as appreciative of what I do for you. Besides, that was very inappropriate that you brought something like that up on the week leading up to my birthday. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. I just want you to really think about if we truly need to spend this much on your birthday. And I understand that I probably should have brought this up much earlier, but the point still stands. You're always like this, aren't you? Never understanding how to read the room and always making others feel bad just because you say one thing extra. I'm sorry, but what are you referring to? Oh, seriously. This is why I can't stand talking to you at all. I mean, you're clearly unaware that you did something wrong. Why can't you think for yourself, I'm just going to talk directly with Sean, okay? I'm sure he'll understand the whole situation more than you ever could. Anyways, please listen to all the details from here. My decision here is final. Do you understand? All you need to do is make sure you leave that day out of your calendar empty so you can attend. Millie, do you have a second? This is about my birthday party that I mentioned yesterday when we talked. But there have been a few changes that have been made. And even though I know you're not going to agree with what I'm going to say, even you deserve to be notified. I will be increasing the budget to $5,000 instead. It's not a big jump by any means, but I know that extra $1,000 will make the experience that much more special. Wait, you're kidding me? No, I'm dead serious, dear. I decided to invite a few more people to the party. Specifically, a couple of friends from my culinary class that I attend. And so the overall budget is increased because of those few extra guests, I'm guessing? Correct. It seems like sometimes you actually use your brain. You were being very negative about the whole situation, so I thought I'd sort it out now and tell you exactly how much everything would cost so you couldn't complain to me later. Again, we may not get along all the time, but even you deserve to know what's going on. Well, I at least appreciate how transparent you've been about wanting to use all of that money. But are you sure you're going to be okay? You're paying all of this out of your own wallet, right? What are you hinting at? That I can't afford this? Are you implying that I'm poor? Worry about your own finances first, girl. Look, I understand that your husband is overseas and hasn't been back in a while. But are you sure you can just use all of that money in your joint account like that? Please think this through before dropping a massive sum of money like that. I'm saying this for your sake, Jennifer. I can't believe you, Millie. This is unacceptable to talk to your husband's mother like that. Do you understand? I'm sorry if this is offending you, but I'm genuinely concerned for your finances. That's all this is. I don't need your charity. Why would I need to get financial advice from a young, naive girl like you? Shouldn't you be more worried about your own life? Me? What do I need to worry about? You're so clueless, aren't you? You don't even know why I'm implying that you have your own problems, do you? I'm so sorry, but I have no idea what you're talking about, Jennifer. Look at you! Totally clueless about your own problems. Maybe next time sort out your own life before trying to judge someone else's spending. I'm doing perfectly fine in terms of finances, so I don't know what those problems you're mentioning are. God, you really are pathetic. And then you're going to end up crying to me the moment you end up with your own issues, aren't you? Why would I need to do that? I feel like whenever I talk to you, I just end up losing brain cells. I'm trying to be on the same wavelength as you. I really am. But you simply just seem to not get it at all. All I get from ever speaking with you is stress. It's never positive when we talk. So from now on, I will only message you if it is truly urgent. I have better things to do than talk with you. Hey, Sean. I'm so sorry that I'm contacting you now of all times. I know you're on your business trip right now. Not to mention it's kind of late into the night. Do you have a second, though?
Oh, Millie. Yeah, sure. What's up? I have a second.
Well, it's about the whole birthday party that your mom is planning tomorrow. I'm sure you've heard about it at this point.
Oh, right, yeah. Was there something wrong about it? I heard she invited her friends and neighbors along with the whole family. I was told to be there at 6 at night.
Right, okay. Do you happen to know how much she's planning to spend there?
No, I don't think so. Does she need to borrow money or something? Dad's off in Europe right now, but I'm sure she can still get in touch with him, right? If she needs money, then I'm sure she'd just ask him.
Oh, no, it's not about borrowing money or anything like that. It's about the fact that she's planning on spending $5,000 on French food for the guests.
$5,000? Wait, you're saying that's the total for just the food? There isn't even that many people attending, right?
Well, yeah. And I understand that she wants more than her family to be there, but she even invited people from her culinary class and wants to give them the same expensive experience.
No wonder the bill is so high.
I told her that she should spend that extra money paying more monthly to get rid of that house loan of hers, and that she needed to get her priorities straight. But she barely listened, and in fact it backfired into her lashing out at me.
Are you serious?
And I totally understand that she wants to spend her birthday enjoying it to the fullest. But there's totally other ways you could go about doing that without paying $5,000. I'm just thinking of the aftermath of using such a huge load of money on one single day. It blew me away. See, the budget used to be $4,000, which was bad enough, but she wanted to even increase that.
Yeah, that's definitely something we need to stop. And you're absolutely right about the whole house loan situation. I mean, you could easily use half that amount of money for a great party and spend the other $2,500 on the house.
Yep. But of course, she doesn't listen at all. Seems like these materialistic happinesses mean more to her than life payments.
Either way, it's tomorrow, right? I don't think we could cancel the entire party, let alone the expensive French food at this point when it's right around the corner. Not to mention the chaos it would cause for the restaurants preparing all of this food. To make matters worse, she's the youngest child out of her siblings, meaning she'd always do things her way and get away with it. I don't think even her own son would be able to stop her at this point. It doesn't help that she was annoyed at the fact that I ended up getting married first out of our siblings, and my eldest brother hasn't even had a girlfriend yet.
I guess you're right. She's so immature that she's upset at something so insignificant. I know she was a little strange, but this whole $5,000 situation is taking it too far, even for her crazy standards.
Anyway, for now let's just both go to the party and see what ends up happening. If she ends up regretting using this much money, then we don't need to help her. I mean, you warned her after all. I'll let Dad know as well, just in case.
Right, that seems like a good idea. I'll leave it all up to you then.
All right, well, I'll be off now. Thank you for letting me know. You get some rest too.
Okay, good night. See you tomorrow.
Millie, I just wanted to confirm something. You'll be attending the party along with Sean, correct?
Yes, I will. I heard from Sean that you told him to bring me along to your party, so that's exactly what we'll be doing.
Right, okay. I'm glad that the message got to you. I don't want people saying that I'm a horrible mother if they don't see my son and his wife attending. There's a lot of things I need to consider, you see. I know we don't get along, but it's important that my self-image is still satisfactory to everyone around me.
Right. Got it.
However, after the greetings happen when the party first starts, I will be getting you to sit by yourself in the kitchen.
Wait, what are you talking about?
See, I thought about it, and originally I had no problems in you participating in this party like everyone else. But after you had the gall to criticize me for the use of my own money, I think you don't deserve to eat what everyone else is having.
Wait, so what do I do then? You're not going to make me attend without food, right?
This is your punishment for disrespecting me the way you did earlier. Before talking about other people's home loans, work on your own financial status. I don't even think you could afford the food that we'll be eating at my party. Admit it, you just don't have the money for that, do you?
I'm not going to answer that, Jennifer. You still haven't told me what I'll do about my dinner.
Oh, I don't know. Just deal with it yourself. Order something and bring it with you for all I care. You can't keep relying on me when it's convenient, okay? You're in this situation because you thought it was a smart idea to buy that brand new apartment of yours that you're living in anyways.
Wait, where is this going?
You don't have the money to live in a place like that. Even I know that much.
And yet you ended up going through with it by using a loan. And to top it off, you came up to me in hopes of borrowing money from me just so you can live in a place like that. You need to seriously learn your place. We're twisting the story now, are we? Jesus, so that's how you interpreted me desperately trying to talk you out of using $5,000 on your birthday? Talk about immature. How did you even get all of that from what I said earlier? Look, just stay quiet. The party is about to begin, so hurry up and introduce yourself to everyone, then lock yourself up in the kitchen. I don't want you going anywhere near the food I ordered. Oh, and after an hour or so, make sure to pretend you're going home because you're sick. You better make it believable. Then I'll forgive you for all of the awful things you've said to me. Why would I need to go through all of that? Well, you're acting like a total beggar, knowing that you can barely afford anything nice in life, and yet you are trying to get all of this gorgeous food at my birthday. When did I ever say I was interested in having expensive French food? Anyways, just lounge about for a while, and then you're free to leave whenever you want. Jennifer, I don't get you at all. I'm saying that a begging little brat like you needs to get put in her place and sent home. That's what it comes down to. I don't need you around anymore. Right. I see. So that's how you view me, is it? So I can stop paying for your house loan? Is that fair? What are you talking about? I won't pay that grand for your house loan going forward. Oh, are you talking about your own house loan? I don't know what you're trying to pull here. If you stop paying for your own loan, then the only ones who'll be in trouble are you. I don't need to elaborate. I'll be going home with John now. He said he'd leave when I would, so he won't be staying here. Do whatever you want. It doesn't make a difference if you're here or not. Millie! Answer me! Please, I need your help. The whole situation to do with the house loan. Is it true that you were actually paying off my house loan with that $1,000 a month? So you weren't paying for a brand new apartment up in the city for yourself? Oh, hi. I wonder where you heard that news from. Well, the people that attended my party brought it up, you see. Ah, so that's what ended up happening. I thought they were lying at the time because why would I ever believe that you were paying off my house loan? But then I noticed that this month I got an email telling me that I didn't have enough money in my bank to pay the monthly house loan. And it all just clicked in my head. There's no way I could have predicted that they were telling the truth. Well, there you have it. You're right. I was sending $1,000 into your bank account every month in order to pay off the loan to the house you're living in right now. I can't believe this! By the way, did you hear why your husband extended his business trip in Europe? Yes, I did. He said that there was a huge project that he had to work on for his company, and that the workload kept getting bigger and bigger. It doesn't help that he has to take responsibility for it at all. And so he has to stay for another 3 years there in order to manage the entire project, which is already understaffed as is. Right. You're on the mark. But the important part here is that he needs to stay for a long time overseas. Not to mention that it may even get extended further at some point. Do you really think someone that has to manage his own project and work for that long could entirely look after your house loan by himself? That's why he told me that he needed help to sustainably pay off that loan while he was away and came to me. And since I was doing all right for myself these past years from doing multiple jobs, I started paying the $1,000 loan every month. Wait, so why did I think you were paying off a loan to your own apartment? I mean, I know that you moved into that apartment of yours right when my husband went overseas. There's no way that was just pure coincidence, right? And right after that, you started talking about paying loans. Of course, I thought you were talking about your own place. Well, that apartment is a part of the building that my uncle owns. Your uncle owns the whole building? I thought I mentioned it to you in the past once, but perhaps you thought my stories weren't worth listening to. But my uncle knew about the whole situation involving me having to pay your house loans, so he ended up giving me a room to live in without having to pay rent. That's the gist of things. Everything was done to support you, and you pushed me aside. You get to live in an apartment like that for free. Sure, the apartment may be free, but I pay my own bills and expenses. I'm not living some celebrity life if that's what you're picturing just from the area I live in. Right. Of course. If you remember, your husband mentioned that I should live in that house that you're in now in order to cover expenses. But of course, you had to be firmly against it. So I had to go through the trouble of finding a place for myself, though thinking back, perhaps that was the right choice. So that's what you meant when you brought that up. You said that you would only live with your eldest son, Declan, and that you would never treat Sean and his wife like they're special. You snapped at us and told us that even the idea was stupid and unrealistic, if I remember. Huh? I don't get it. That was all because of this loan? I didn't know! I didn't know that you were dealing with it all this time. Well, I brought it up to you in the past. Numerous times, even. You did? Yep. Not to mention everything to do with your husband, Sean, myself. And yet you don't listen. I'm just bringing everything up as the messenger from all of the back and forths we've had over the months discussing this whole situation. So, my husband approved of you this much. You always brush off anything I say, don't you? And imagine if any of your favorites like your husband or your eldest son were to tell you all of this. I'm sure you would have been all ears. But you pushed your greatest allies away just because of your own shallow, petty reasonings. Aren't you glad I was able to find somewhere to live? Because if I hadn't, you wouldn't have gotten all of those payments from me over the months. I remember meeting you years ago when I started dating Sean. But to think you'd be as stubborn as you ended up being. I can't believe this. Anyways, I've talked to your husband and he told me that I don't have to deal with all of the loan stuff anymore. So it's all up to you now. No way. Oh, but he knows that you won't be able to pay off a loan as big as this. So he's gone ahead and sold the property entirely. He sold it? He sold this house without telling me? I mean, legally it's his property, so he's free to do whatever he wants with it. But to think this was the way you ended up finding out. Not even your own husband told you with his own words. He learned not only from me, but from his other children that you had been going on a complete spending spree on the regular, and that there was absolutely no way that you could pay off the loan. And to top it off, he's promised me that he will be paying me back all of the money that I have paid to support you over the months. Why? Why did this end up happening to me? Oh, but I did hear your husband is coming back here for a little bit soon. Maybe you can have a discussion then about what you want to do going forward. But I will not be having anything to do with any of that. Wait, Millie. Oh, sorry. I have a lot more important things to do right now, so I'll be heading off. Please. Bye now. A few days passed, and Jennifer's husband came back to the States. Apparently, they had a long conversation about money usage. We all know how that would have gone. The first thing to address was to do with selling the property. Then a firm lecture on overspending at her own birthday party and wasting $5,000. Not to mention the horrible way she had treated me over the months I'd known her. And to finish the job, he slammed divorce papers in front of her. Then, to make matters worse for Jennifer, she tried to rely on her two eldest sons to find a place to live alongside them. But unfortunately, both of them had recently gotten married and moved out of the country to live with their respective wives. Meanwhile, me and Sean are comfortably living in my uncle's apartment building while we think about where to move next. Jennifer, left with nothing, ended up applying for part-time work. But even I don't know how that ended up. Though no matter how many times she gets fired in the future, it seems as though she'll have to deal with financial problems either way.
You're unbelievable. You lazy pig. I can't believe you're in bed just because of a small fever. 104 degrees is nothing. Why didn't you wake up earlier when I asked? I even slapped you in the face and you still didn't respond.
Why the hell are you so angry at me? You're joking about what you just said, right? Did you really slap me after I collapsed and passed out?
Oh, so you finally decided to respond to me. It's about time. I can't believe that you had the audacity to pass out right in front of me. You better not have been faking it so that you could take a nap. You hadn't even finished any of the housework. I'm not gonna forgive you if you faked it.
I wasn't faking it. I literally just woke up in a hospital bed 10 minutes ago. I had no idea that I was even here. The nurse explained to me about what happened.
You should be grateful to me. I was the one who was kind enough to call the ambulance for an idiot like you. What a huge waste of time and money.
Thank you for calling the ambulance for me, I guess. But did you really have to slap me while I was unconscious? I can feel my cheeks have swollen up. It's really painful, actually.
Oh, hell yes, it was absolutely necessary. I needed you to finish washing the dishes, so of course I had to wake you up. That's a woman's job. I wasn't gonna do it myself. That's why I had to resort to slapping you.
Did you just say a small fever? I told you that I have a fever of 104 degrees. The nurse told me that my fever is very serious and needed immediate medical intervention.
That's not that serious. I wish you'd stop being such a wuss. Why did you have to pass out just as I got back from work? I was absolutely exhausted already. You're my housemaid. Shouldn't you be making my life easier? You hadn't even finished the housework when I got back. You're just a huge disappointment. Was there even any point in me calling the ambulance for a useless piece of trash like you?
Just who do you think I am? I am not your housemaid. I'm your wife.
Getting married is the same thing as getting a permanent housemaid for life. Make sure you remember that.
That is not what getting married is about at all. I didn't get married to you with the intention of becoming your housemaid.
Well, you must have gotten married for the wrong reason then. A housewife and a housemaid are the same thing. Who gives a damn about the little details? Either way, you tried to skip doing the housework just because of a small fever. Why are you so damn lazy?
It's not like I wanted to skip the housework. I was feeling absolutely terrible all day, and I had passed out without realizing. Why do you have to insult me this much?
You still don't get it, do you? I told you why I'm this angry with you. You also haven't apologized to me yet. Didn't anyone teach you any manners? Do I really need to slap you a couple more times as punishment?
Don't even think about physically hurting me, Tom.
Or what? Anyway, I expect you to be back home and doing all the housework first thing tomorrow morning. I want my breakfast, lunch, and dinner prepared. I also need the entire house cleaned and all of my laundry done. That is the bare minimum I expect from you. Is that clear?
Actually, it looks like I'm gonna have to stay at the hospital for a little while longer. At least for a couple more days. That's what my doctor told me.
Are you serious? Stop lying just because you want to skip doing the housework.
I wouldn't lie about this. I passed out because I was feeling unwell. It's pretty serious and the doctor wants to monitor me for a little while.
Like I'm gonna believe that. You lied to the doctor about your condition so that you could stay there a few more days. That's the kind of idea that you would come up with.
I would never do that. I've always been very truthful.
Stop with the excuses now. I'm tired of listening. You also better keep quiet about me hitting you in the face. I'm going to make it even worse if someone finds out about this. You wouldn't want that to happen, right?
Don't make scary threats like that to me.
Then do as I say. It's as simple as that. You better not even think about going to the police about this. I'll make you regret that you were even born.
I'm your wife. How are you okay treating me like this?
I'm treating you the way you deserve to be treated. You should be grateful that I only decided to slap you. I could have made it so much worse.
I am not going to be grateful for something like that.
Well then, you really need to learn some manners. Anyway, I'm gonna get going. I guess I'll pay you a visit at the hospital if I feel like it.
My name is Kim, and I'm 32 years old. I am a housewife and I've been married to my husband Tom for about 3 years now. On this day, I felt absolutely terrible from the moment that I woke up. Even after taking some medicine, my fever kept going up. By the time he came back home, my fever had gone well over 104 degrees, and this was the worst I'd felt in a very long time. There are times when it really feels like you're not going to make it. This was one of those days for me. What made things worse was that he didn't seem to be worried about me at all. All he did was shout abuse at me for not getting the housework done. I eventually passed out as my body had reached its limit. I can't believe he then decided to slap me in the face to wake me up. I was shocked and in tears once I found out the reason why my face was so swollen. Why did I ever get married to a tyrant like him? The next day, I was still in the hospital as my condition hadn't improved. That was when Tom did something completely insane to me.
What is it with your nasty attitude, Kim? I took some of my precious time to come and visit you in the hospital. And all you did was cry with that ugly face. You sounded like a right old pig. Oh wait, were you crying because you were so happy to see me?
How dare you visit me while holding hands with another woman? Who the hell is she? This isn't funny.
Oh, Camilla. She's my new housemaid. I'm glad I managed to replace you with her. She's much nicer to look at, and I could even stare at her all day long. You can stay in hospital as long as you want now, since I don't need you back.
So you've been cheating on me then?
Camilla is the perfect woman for me. I have no complaints about her whatsoever. It's a huge upgrade from you. She actually listens to whatever I tell her to do.
So you're saying that I'm not good enough for you?
That's exactly what I'm saying. You're a useless housemaid that abandoned all her duties just because of a small fever. And you thought you could take a nap and ignore me.
I passed out. I wasn't taking a nap. You're unbelievable.
If you promise to take better care of your health from now on, I don't mind keeping you as my backup housemaid, you know?
No, thank you. I am not looking for that kind of relationship at all.
Are you sure you should be rejecting my offer? You don't even have an income. You're completely dependent on me. Show me some more respect, you cow. This is why I had to slap you even when you were unconscious.
You should never resort to physical violence, no matter what the situation is.
You better not be telling me what I can and can't do, Kim. You're just a housemaid. You don't have the right to talk back to me. I'll use my fist next time if you're not careful.
So now you're threatening me?
Well, you don't seem to listen to what I say. That's why I have to teach you a lesson in a different way.
You disgust me. I don't ever want to have to see your face again.
What are you trying to say? You want a divorce or what?
That's exactly what I'm gonna get. Did you really think that I would want to stay married to you after the way you've been treating me?
I don't care about what you think. I will not allow you to get a divorce. And that's the end of this conversation.
What? I'm a human just like you. I should have the same rights as you.
You're a woman. You have no rights now that you're my housemaid. Even if we were to get a divorce, you would still have to obey my orders.
You already have that other woman. You don't need me anymore, right?
I'm still gonna need a backup when she's suddenly sick and has to take a day off.
So I'm the backup? You better be joking about what you just said. Stop treating me like a disposable object.
You should be grateful that I'm even offering you a position as the backup. No one else is gonna need a useless woman like you.
Well, no one's gonna want to be with a man like you once they find out the kind of monster you really are.
That's it! I've had enough of you. I thought I told you to not talk back to me. Now I'm gonna have to punish you. I'm gonna tie you up and hit you 100 times in the face.
What? No! What's gotten into you? You never used to be this aggressive.
It's because you never learn your lesson. Physical pain is the best way to teach you. I'll come and visit you tomorrow afternoon in hospital. You better be prepared for what I'm gonna do to you.
Please don't hit me. My face is already so red and swollen.
It's gonna be even more swollen after I see you tomorrow.
Nothing about this is funny. Please don't bother coming to visit me.
You should be happy that I'm being kind enough to visit you. If you don't want me to hit you, then you have to promise that you'll be my housemaid forever.
I don't want to be your housemaid, but I also don't want to get hit by you. In fact, I never want to see you again.
Did you really think that I would listen to any of your requests? I'm coming to see you either way tomorrow. I'm looking forward to how much your face is gonna swell up. Make sure you send me a selfie for memory's sake. I'm gonna head over in a bit, Kim. This is your last chance to apologize to me. Otherwise, we both know what's gonna happen.
You're the one that should be apologizing to me.
Why is that? I only slapped you because you tried to skip doing the housework. You had a small fever and that was it. I had every right to punish you for that.
I didn't skip the housework out of my own will. I passed out because I had a 104-degree fever. Would you please stop trying to justify your horrendous behavior?
You're still saying crap like that? I guess you really don't get it, do you? I'm gonna come over to your hospital room to teach you a lesson then. It's one of my jobs as your husband to make sure that you stay obedient.
No, it is not. You're completely wrong. Also, isn't there something more important that you should be worrying about?
What are you talking about?
Mike came to see how I was doing in hospital today.
Dad came to visit you. How did he know that you were in the hospital in the first place? I never mentioned anything about this to him.
I was the one that told him.
Oh, well, that was nice of him then. I guess he's a kind man, just like me. You thanked him for coming to visit you, right? He's a very busy man.
Yeah, I did thank him. He told me that he was gonna go and see you as well.
For what? I guess I'll tell him how useless you are.
You seem to be very calm about this. I would run if I were you. He was telling me that he had a huge knife in his car. He was also pretty mad at you for what you did to me. I think I recall him saying that he was gonna cut off your balls.
What? Why is he so angry at me? I never did anything to upset him, did I?
Did you forget about the reason why your mom passed away?
Of course I remember. It was because of a respiratory disease. Why does that matter?
So you do remember. The reason I had a fever and passed out is because of a respiratory disease as well.
Really? You're actually sick?
I told you this so many times before. You just never chose to listen to me. Mike was different to you and listened with great empathy when I told him.
So that's the reason why he's angry at me then?
He said he loved his wife until the very moment where she took her last breath. He knew that she had a permanent sickness and still decided to marry her and care for her.
Well, yeah, that's kinda true, I guess. Still, my mom never used her sickness as an excuse to skip the housework. She's different to a lazy scum like you.
Mike didn't care that I skipped the housework at all. He couldn't believe the way you reacted to me passing out. He was shocked to hear that you had hit me even after I passed out because of the same disease that took your mother's life.
Well, I couldn't help it. I was hungry and had a pretty bad day at work. Everyone gets a little cranky when they're hungry, right?
Stop making up lame excuses like that. You're not a kid. You're an adult now.
You also skipped doing the housework because of a small fever. You're in no position to be talking to me like this.
Also, Mike became even more angry once he heard that you had cheated on me as well.
Hold on a minute. I never cheated on you. That woman I was with was my new housemaid. I never did anything wrong.
Well, I guess you should try explaining that to him when he comes to see you. He seemed pretty angry, so you better do a good job explaining it to him.
This really isn't good. I hate it when he's angry. I'm so scared already. Call him and try to calm him down, okay?
Why should I?
He's obviously coming to visit me to punish me and shout at me. I need you to call him and convince him to forgive me.
Why, though?
Stop repeating the same thing. You know why I don't want to see him right now. He used to be in the army. He's usually pretty kind, but when he's angry, he's absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, I know about that too. I remember you telling me about it. I really couldn't believe it at first because he was always so kind to me. He did seem pretty terrifying when he left the hospital today, though. So I'm glad that the anger wasn't directed at me.
Oh, crap! He's shouting my name at the front door. What should I do? No, no, no!
Oh, he got there a lot sooner than I expected.
I really need you to come home right away. You need to calm him down. Help me now!
Unfortunately, I'm still in hospital.
Damn it!
You're just gonna have to have a talk with him. He knows that you're home after all.
Okay, I admit that I was wrong about hitting you. I'm really sorry. Please, would you just call him and tell him to calm down? I'm scared that he's actually gonna hurt me.
Well, that's how I felt when you threatened to hit me 100 times. You also don't seem to be very sorry at all. You're only apologizing because of the situation you're in.
I really don't want to have to open the door. His voice is getting louder. What should I do?
I still haven't completely recovered and I'm feeling sleepy again. I'm gonna go back to bed. We can talk about the divorce and the physical violence once I've recovered and I'm out of the hospital. I am not gonna let you get away with what you did to me.
Wait, no. Don't go back to sleep yet. Please find a way to help me out. I'm scared, Kim. I can hear him smashing on the front door now. I think he's planning to break into the house. Come and help me out here. Please. I promise to treat you better.
Tom had no choice but to open the front door as his dad had no intention of leaving. He was so terrified that he had completely wet himself as he slowly crawled to the front door. To tell you the truth, I had lied to him that his dad was holding a knife. I just wanted to scare him just like how he scared me. Once Tom opened the front door, he came face to face with his dad, who was absolutely furious. Ironically, he passed out within 5 seconds of opening the door from complete fear and was taken to hospital in an ambulance. Once he regained consciousness, he came to see me right away and apologized profusely. He begged me to forgive him, but I had no intentions of forgiving him at all. Instead, I filed for a divorce, and I also told him that I would cut him off of my life completely. I also blocked and deleted him from my phone so that I'd never have to see or talk to him ever again. I heard that Tom was unable to leave the hospital for a while as he had a complete mental breakdown. The woman he was seeing behind my back decided to leave him too, which means he's all alone now. He also had to quit his job due to his mental illness, so his future doesn't look bright at all. As for me, I managed to leave the hospital after I had fully recovered. And I decided to move back in with my parents for a while. And I'm enjoying life again.